Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Howdy, everybody. Getting our little AI Learning Lab membership card up there. Beautiful. Let's see who we got. Tobias, what's shaking? Steve O, what's going down? Sherry D, good to see you. Oh, man. I switched it up on the caffeinated beverage tonight. I'm going iced tea. A lovely, fresh brewed iced tea. Huh? Oh, yeah. Emilio's wife. Finally not late. Oh, man. Be not afraid. What's shaking? What's going down? Welcome, everybody. We'll get this show started. It's a happy Monday night. It's Monday night, right? Yeah. Yeah, Monday. Yeah. I like Mondays. Mondays as God. What is happening? What is happening? Thank you for the roses. Sherry D starting it out with a bang. For the nurses, the healthcare workers. Nice. I like it. The little robots. You know what's funny is like we're not that far away from having little robots in our houses that actually do something. That's pretty sweet. Nice pitches. Medical dudes are reading slides in our regular group. Yeah, I saw that, Sherry D. That was pretty funny. Reading blood cells and things like that. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the hallucinations there. Forever Wreck. I'm sorry I'm late. Joker, Sherry D, and I were chatting on Discord. Interesting use of ChatGPT vision. Yeah, so let me see if I've got... I can do it. I can put it up there too. But let me go look. So they're like analyzing stuff like that with ChatGPT vision. Saying, what is this? I don't know, when it gets into like actual health and people's bodies, I get squeamish. I'm like, yeah, you guys go do that. You guys go figure that out. Let me know when you got to figure it out. I'll do some self differential diagnosis, but when I'm actually analyzing stuff, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the hallucinations come down a bit. Welcome everybody. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. That's our membership card right there. If you're new here, welcome. We talk about all things generative AI and what is this AI thing? What's ChatGPT? How's it affecting us? What are we doing? And I'll answer questions as I can. I'll demo things as I can. This kind of become like Total Request Live, where just ask a question. I'll do what I can, and if I can't answer it, for the most part, I'll be honest about it. But I do try to answer stuff. I try to keep on top of things. And let's see a little bit about my background. I'm an entrepreneur, a many-time entrepreneur. I am officially unhireable. And I'm the current founder and CEO of a company called Storyvine, which is an automated video storytelling platform. We're 11 and a half years old. We're in the healthcare and pharma space, so do a lot of work in healthcare. And what else? In the early days of the World Wide Web in 1994, I co-founded agency.com, which was one of the first digital agencies. So I bring that up just because what was going on in the early days of the web and what's going on in the early days of this generative AI stuff are very, very similar. A lot of parallels. And so I feel like I bring that perspective as well. So if you're brand new to this stuff, we'll get you started. If you haven't launched ChatGPT, if you haven't tried it, we're going to fix that tonight. We're going to fix it. Tips for writing SEO articles with ChatGPT or other AI tools. First, know something about SEO or ask ChatGPT to tell you about it, and then just have it write it. I don't know that there's tips for it. you could give it a bunch of keywords if you've already identified them and researched them, or you could just say, give me a pile of keywords, and then say, now incorporate those words into 27 articles. I wish I could quit you. I do too. I'm like a trained monkey. You put stupid shit in my head, and I'll make dumb voices. I make dumb voices anyway. I don't need stupid shit on my head, but you put stupid shit on my head, I'm doing it. So, let's see. With ChatGPT or other AI tools, I'm sure there are specialized tools to do that. I would recommend just get ChatGPT 4 and just start experimenting, start playing. In fact, let's flip over. Let me flip over to, let's see, where are we? We're going to start right here. We're going to start right there. If you have never played with ChatGPT, just go right now, chat.openai.com, take your little browser, go in your little browser, chat.openai.com, and start playing. But Kyle, I don't know what to ask it. I'm not very technical. I don't know this highfalutin machine learning stuff. What is artificial intelligence anyway? Do I need to be a programmer? No, you don't. You just need to be a human being. It's called a large language model. Do you know what else are large language models? Us! We're all large language models. So ChatGPT is just like a incredibly well-educated simpleton. You got to tell everything to, but it knows everything. And so if you get good at talking to it, it gets really good at helping you do stuff. So just go there right now. Ask it to write you a country song. Ask it to write you a pop song. Ask it to help you craft a marketing message for your pizza shop. Tell it you want an exercise plan, but you only want to do exercises sitting down. It'll come up with that. And just go start playing. And it's one of my messages on the channel is we should all just be playing with this stuff right now. You don't have to love it. You don't have to hate it. You just go play with it. Understand what it is, what it's good for. I asked it to write me a fantasy children's book today. How did it do, Blake? I assume it did really well. It's really good it's ChatGPT 4 in particular is really good. So I'm going to show you something here. I've got that page, that page, that page, that page, that page, and a bunch of people to follow. And normally I go through these one by one. I'm not going to do that tonight because it takes for fucking ever. I'm going to make a video to do that. So I'm going to give you a shot right now to screenshot all these. All right. So you ready? Get ready to screenshot. I'm just going to blast through them. I'm not going to talk about them. All of these things I'm about to show you are worth your time to go play with. That's all I'll tell you. All right. And then we're going to come back. And the reason I'm doing this is there is so much to explore in ChatGPT alone, especially with ChatGPT 4 with all this multimodal stuff, that I think I'm just going to, unless there's a specific question on another tool, I'm just going to play in ChatGPT tonight because it's just staggeringly deep as a single tool. And if you haven't paid the $20 for ChatGPT 4, I personally think it's the deal of the century in terms of software right now. So yeah. Anyway, but get ready to screenshot. All right. Here's I'm going to give you 5 seconds on each of these pages to screenshot them. Right. There's 1. There's 2. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All right. There's image creation. Those are the ones you want to be playing with. Met with an AT&T director today. They're not using AI internally. Staggering. AT&T, not using AI internally. Video creation. It's still early. This stuff's jankier than shit, but hang out there and go check out labs.heygen.com, the translation tool there. All right, there's music and audio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's amazing, Source Camp. Staggering. 3D worlds and objects. And then here's people to go follow. David Shapiro, Ethan Mollick, Paul Raitzer, Rachel Woods. All right. So Another thing we're going to talk about is if you are looking for a community, if you're one of those people that's like you've discovered this and you feel like I don't have anyone to talk to this about. I'm coming up on the 1 year anniversary of a group I started. We had our first meeting December 7th of 22, a week after ChatGPT came out. It's called the AI Salon. If you go to the salon.ai, it's got the first link is a link to a description of the salon and our values. And those are really important. I'm going to go through the values here in a second. And we've got we do meetups every other week, and we've got an online Discord community. And in the Discord community, you can ask questions. We've got guilds. So we've got a beginner's guild. We've got business guild, entrepreneur guild, art guild, a writing guild, a guild called the AI Mechanics for more geeky types. And we're just getting ready to launch. Sherry D and Joker and Ava, who are here tonight, are going to do a healthcare guild. And so we're going to have a healthcare guild. So really cool community. So the values, these are really important. The first one, you can't see. It's so important. I can't show it to you. First one's generosity. So like what's happening on this channel is, so I show up here every night. I've been doing this for like 4 months, four months and change now, every single night, 7 days a week, just sharing everything I'm learning. And what's ending up happening here is this community, like nightly here, it turns into like a jam session where people are collaborating and sharing cool shit on the Discord and asking questions and helping one another in here. So it's the embodiment of that value. Next value is exploration. Like I want people in here who are like experimenting and exploring and trying to figure this crap out and putting themselves out of their comfort zone. Collaboration. There are incredibly smart people here, and they're from all walks of life, which leads to the next value, which is inclusion. Like I don't give a shit where you're from. I don't give a shit what your level of expertise is or experience. You're like, but I don't know anything about AI. Come on in. If you're curious and you're willing to do this stuff, come on in. And then the last one is empathy. And this is a massive one for me because this AI stuff's really weird, okay? When you're sitting on the outside of it, it's really fucking scary because Hollywood's told us for like half a century that the robots are going to kill us, right? So you're like, and people are like, these are like the smartest robots we've ever had. And you're like, oh God, they're going to kill us, right? And then you get over that and you're like, okay, I'm going to try it. And you're like, well, isn't it just like Google? And it looks like a Google box. And you type in stuff and it's NW Bahrain. I friggin' love this place. Awesome. Well, welcome. So you try this thing and then you go in and you're like, well, it's probably not that good. It's just like fancy Google. And then you try it and you're like, oh, that was better than I thought it would be. And then, and then you try it on something that you know how to do. And you're like, oh shit. And it's scary in a different way because it's like, wait a minute, is this going to replace my job? Oh my God, what do I do now? And then something weird happens. You know, you end up having what we call in here your Kevin McAllister moment or a series of them, right? The the Home Alone moment. And you go through this weird combination of it's terrifying. Oh, it's really exciting. Oh, it's terrifying. Oh, it's really exciting. And what I'm seeing happen over and over again in people that are coming here night after night is as they process through these weird emotions of it's scary, it's exciting, it's scary, it's exciting, they're kind of blossoming and rediscovering themselves and rediscovering passions that they never knew they had. And so if you're feeling scared right now, perfectly appropriate place to be. If you're feeling really excited, perfectly appropriate place to be. If you're feeling both of those at the same time, perfectly appropriate place to be. If you're feeling behind, we're all feeling behind. Like I do this every fucking night. It's all I pay attention to essentially is this stuff. And I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. So anyway, that's what the AI Salon's about. Now, there's a private channel in the AI salon. If you're a subscriber to the lives, you get access. It's a channel called the Irregulars. So the people that show up here regularly are called the Irregulars, and they're nuts, but they're nuts in the best possible way. And so yeah. So go to the salon.ai, check out our stuff. If you resonate with the values, come hang out. If you don't, totally cool. But I'm really passionate about growing this community, but I'm also passionate about making sure that it retains the goodness that it is. And you know what I realized? I'm missing one of my values. Hold. I'm missing it here too. Oh no, there it is. Dee. It's curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity, one of the more important values. Be curious, people. Don't be scared. But Kyle, these robots might take my job. Be curious. But Kyle, it's scary. Be curious. Oh, Kyle, I don't know what to do. Then be curious. All right. Our company just hired an AI VP building unit in it for healthcare. Awesome. That's really cool, Winston. Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing that. I think we're going to start seeing this is going to take a very similar trajectory as like all the chief digital officers, where initially AI is going to be cordoned off to the side, right? It's like, we're running our business here, and let's put the AI off to the side. Those weird people do the AI stuff. And over the next 5 years or whatever, this stuff's going to become ubiquitous. It's just going to get rolled. It's going to be part of every business in a deep and fundamental way. So that I'm clear on. What it looks like and how it changes businesses, that I'm not clear on. But that it's going to do it, crystal clear. What do you think about the White House's executive orders on AI? I think it's good that they've got them. I think it's good that they're focusing on safety. I haven't, to be honest, read them in any depth. I just know what people have said about them. So I should probably have more of an opinion on that, considering the channel. But I just don't today. I just didn't have time to do it. we had at my company Storyvine, we had a prospective client come in last Friday night at 6:45 p.m. and said, "We need to launch next Tuesday, tomorrow." And so we talked to them on Saturday. We kicked off their project today, so I've just been a little busy. It looks like what they're focusing on are kind of the big players, which I think is appropriate. And it's funny, that's pretty much what the big players told them to focus on. So the cynical side of me says the OpenAIs and Googles and Metas of the world are playing their cards right. But the fact that, we got the president taking this seriously, I think it's a really good thing. I think it's good for all of us. So, all right. If you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. I'm happy to go demo some shit. I'm happy to answer questions. And let me just jump in and go see what we got going. All right. I love that so the subscribers like Forever Hooked that are playing with these custom stickers. I put a couple of custom stickers in there. It's really cool to see them. So I got to get more in there. I have a to-do list for this channel. So including getting the t-shirt thing back up and running. We have just way too much artwork not to have like a merch store. So I'll get all that shit going again at some point, but in the meantime, let's do some cool shit together. Does ChatGPT 4 have an enterprise license or a subscription model? They have both, but unless you're spending, I think it's $10,000 a month is a minimum for ChatGPT 4 enterprise. It might even be 15. I don't know how much it is. It ain't a little amount. They're starting with big players. And in fact, I heard that so November 1st. Copilot for Microsoft, so ChatGPT inside Office 365 is launching, and it sounds like that the enterprise version of that you have to have 300 seat minimum, so it's like $10,000 a month, so $9,000 a month, something like that. So that seems to be where they are with enterprise, but it's a subscription. The ChatGPT 4, the plus subscription is $20 a month for individuals. Like I said, I think it is the deal of the century. How do you get ChatGPT to do more than just text responses? Okay, let's go do this. The sad reality of it is it just does text stuff if you're just on the free version. So ChatGPT 3.5 is the free version of ChatGPT. And listen, you might think, oh, it's 3.5 and everybody's talking about 4 and 4 is so much better. 4 is so much better, but 3.5 is remarkably fast. So here, let me show. Vicky trying to stay awake tonight. Good luck with that. I will lull you to sleep with my monotone tones. Okay, so we're gonna go here and we're gonna go. Let's see. Write me a country song about hanging out on Fire Island and driving a Jeep. See how fast that is? So ChatGPT 3.5 is really fast. And like you're like, oh, it knows songs. Yeah, it does know songs. It knows verses, choruses. It's really good. What else can you do? You can do things like let's see. Create a table comparing the best attributes of a Jeep and a Hot Wheel toy. And you can just do random crap like that, and it will go do that. And let's see, Kyle, Siri, unrelated, but where do you shop? Your shirts are very snazzy. Thank you very much. I do not. My wife is the purveyor of all things Shannon shirts. Most of them are Robert Graham, and they are super cool. And they always have cool things like cool different fabrics on the inside of the whatever. What are those? Cuffs? I'm not. Although the other night someone asked me about what could fashion designers use ChatGPT for, and within 10 minutes, like I was designing fashion. So I guess at this point we're all fashion designers now. Anyway, let me do one other thing with ChatGPT 3.5. Write an application in C# designed to run in Unity that is a clone of Flappy Birds but uses UFOs instead of birds and includes a scoring counter. And it will describe it, and then it will write you your code. And there's your thing. And now you can go copy and paste that into Unity and see if it works. And if it doesn't, tell it, hey, it broke, and it'll fix it. So ChatGPT 3.5, even though it only does text, it does some pretty remarkable shit, and it does it incredibly fast. Kyle started using DALL-E and wanted to know how close we can get to the quality of Midjourney. It's pretty close, but I'll talk about that. Let me show you I'm going to kind of unpack how we get ChatGPT to do more than text right now. Okay, and I'll talk about that because I think Midjourney's in a bit of trouble right now. Although it looks like they're about to launch the web version of their tool, which is good because the fact that you still have to, but the fact that DALL-E 3 is incorporated inside the context of ChatGPT and with what's about to come, it's just a completely different experience. So anyway, okay. So here's the deal. So if you've not seen ChatGPT before, down the left-hand side, this is our prompt history. There's our account down there. This little chat box is it's like the little Google box, except, it's so much more. It's so much more. If you pay your $20, you get the little yellow plus flag, and you get all this other stuff, these different modes. So there's default mode, which is regular ChatGPT, but it also has ChatGPT Vision in it. Then you have Browse with Bing. Then you have Advanced Data Analysis. You have plugins, and you have DALL-E 3. All of these are doing things beyond just text, all of them. The other thing that's about to come, so this was announced yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before. And I haven't gotten access to it yet. They're calling it GPT All Tools. So right now, these are five, they're actually six distinct modes that they're going to collapse into a single mode. So all the stuff that I'm going to show you right now these are five, they're actually six distinct modes that they're going to collapse into a single mode. So all the stuff that I'm going to show you right now are better. Write a country song about freshly brewed sun tea next to the rocking chair on an old porch. Yeah, there we go, sun tea. What's that, Santee? All right. So it's better at writing lyrics and rhymes, but it's slower. You're like, well, that's not better. But so just in terms of the core language model here, ChatGPT 3.5 is a 175 billion parameter model. ChatGPT 4 is 1.8 trillion. So it's 10 175 billion parameter expert systems all stitched together. They call it a mix of expert systems. So when you ask ChatGPT 4 to do something, it basically says, which of these 10 expert ChatGPTs is best suited to answer your question? And then it mixes those experts to give you really much more sophisticated answers. So it's just better. It's just better. It's better at coding. It's better at writing. It's better at analyzing. It's just better. Okay. So there's a new thing, this little icon down here, which if you didn't know it was there, you'd miss it. This is GPT Vision. So you see where it says attach images? So I can now pop something in there. Let's go find us an image, shall we? Let me go to desktop. I think I have a pile of them on the desktop. That's one we did last night. Oh, this is a good one. All right. This is a shitty, well, it's a fine photo, but it's a photo of Walgreens, which is a shitty pharmacy. So we're going to open that. Sorry if you work at Walgreens, but my local Walgreens experience has a lot to be desired. I'm going to say, please describe this in as much detail as possible and suggest 5 ways that you could improve the customer experience. And so it can see images now and analyze them. So now think about this. We now have, we've spent the past, 9 months or so being told, you've got to become prompt engineers. Prompt engineering, it's the job of the future. Yay, prompt engineering. Well, now we can use pictures as prompts. Well, what does that mean? I don't know yet. It means it's pretty wild. This is an interior image of a spacious retail store with bright fluorescent lighting from overhead fixtures. The flooring is polished. To the left, there's a large circular overhead signage saying beautiful above the cosmetics section. The section is well organized. In front of the beautiful signage, there's a display table. 5 ways to enhance the customer experience. Interactive testers, digital price tags, in-store app navigation, seating areas. All right. Correction of signage. Ensure that signs, the W logo area seems to have an error in the sign. So now I'm going to say, terrific. Can you describe a retail space that you think would accommodate the changes you're suggesting, but still functionally accomplish what the current store is trying to do? Certainly. Optimize retail space, general layout. All right, so now it's going to describe that. Now we're going to go to a different mode, which, if this doesn't blow your mind, it should. What's funny about this AI stuff is people are so fucking cynical sometimes where you're like, we've got this thing now that you can ask it anything and it knows everything and it does everything, but it'll occasionally lie and it screws shit up, and it's just all this stuff's early and new and janky right now. But it does this remarkable stuff, and people look at it and they're like, well, it's not perfect, so I'm not going to use it. That's stupid. And that's an important point, actually. Like, if you tend to be one of those cynical people, and listen, don't get me wrong, I love cynical people. I live for cynicism. Some of my favorite comics are just the bitter, jaded, nasty ones. But with this AI stuff, it's moving so fast that a couple of things can happen. If you get cynical and dismiss it and kind of sit on the sidelines, it is going to pass you by. If you start using it and you realize, oh, it's not perfect, just hang in there, because about every 3 months, actually it's more than that, it's about every month and a half, new versions of this stuff literally just keep rolling. And it's just truly remarkable. So the technology that you see today is as bad as it's ever going to be. Like, it only gets better from here. Did you already mention something about browse with Bing not being an option anymore? It is actually back. Browse with Bing is back. Unless I just saw it here. No, it's back. So browse with Bing was gone for about 4 months after they were scraping content from behind paywalls, Fortune magazines in particular. So I guess Time Inc. came knocking on their doors, but it's back, the only groovy. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, so I had ChatGPT describe the ideal retail space after suggesting some changes. So I'm going to copy all of this, the suggested changes, the description of the space, and its description of a new space. We're going to go to a new mode. And again, they're about to collapse these into a single mode, so you won't have to switch modes like this. I'm going to go to DALL-E 3. So DALL-E 3 is image generation within ChatGPT conversations. So I'm going to say, hey, I just had a conversation about a retail space, and I've got some descriptions of how to improve it here. I'm going to paste all that stuff in there that we did, and I'm going to say, please create 2 architectural renderings that bring these spaces to life, but are different approaches to a new retail design, period. Make sure the images are 16 by 9 horizontal orientation. And it is now going off and prompting the images in the context of that bigger conversation. So we uploaded a picture of a drugstore. We said, look at this. Give us some suggestions on how to improve things. Describe an ideal retail space that addresses those issues but still hits them. We just copied all that and dumped it in here and said, could you go do that? And so the person that was asking before, like, how close do I feel DALL-E is to Midjourney? I feel like in 90% of business interactions, why would you want to go to Midjourney? Why would you want to have to go out of a conversational tool like this, go over to Midjourney, learn how to use all those commands, be in a completely different mindset, generate images over there, bring them back here. It can't do text. While it might be able to do things that are aesthetically more sophisticated, there's something about this experience that's just staggering. Now, that space is beautiful, but it's way bigger than what we had before. That's about the same size. But there's a complete redesign of that space. So I'm going to give it some feedback now. Like, check this out. So So let's say you just hired an architecture firm to go analyze your store's layout and come back with ideas and come back with some sketches. Well, we just did that in like 3 minutes. So now I'm going to say the first image is in a space that's way too large, so it doesn't accomplish the goal. But I like the look and feel, period. Both designs, however, feel too conservative. I'd like to make these spaces appeal to a younger, hipper audience, and an audience that is digital first and AI savvy, period. Please give me 2 new designs. So now I'm just being a creative director, right? Now I'm just being a client. Browse with Bing is gone in the new update as of today. It wasn't in mine, but let me go look. I just saw it moments ago. It doesn't surprise me that it's gone because they keep getting sued by people. What baffles me is that Bing is connected to the internet, and they haven't taken that down at all. So, but anyway, I'll go take a look here. If it's gone, it's gone. I mean, listen, it was gone for 4 months. I couldn't believe it was gone for that long. So maybe they ran into another issue. It's a different search. Oh, they took out Bing? Interesting. All right, that kind of looks like one of those cosmetic stores that you see in the airport. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, look at all the digital screens. See all the digital screens? And drones. there's 6 drones. These drones will give you haircuts while you shop, which is nice. Kyle is way too conversational with his hey. Listen, I can't listen. That's okay. I absolutely take on that I'll take that criticism. There is something about the fact that ChatGPT is so polite to me that it just kind of forces me to be polite back to it. And I'm going to go with the people that are like, might as well be polite to the robots because they're going to start remembering everything we do. And if we're assholes to them and they do get nasty, I want to be one of the nice ones they don't take out first. All right, Vicky just sent me something here. From ChatGPT, yes, it's correct. The browse feature within this ChatGPT environment uses a different tool that does not specifically access Bing. Interesting. But allows me to pull information from the web. Is it up to date? Let's go look at it. Okay, so anyway, so there's two modes of ChatGPT that you can do non-texty kind of things. See, mine still says browse with Bing. Let me see. What time is the baseball game tonight? And if it's live right now, what's the score? Are they playing tonight? I think they might be. Browsing. Oh, yeah, it doesn't say... Well, no, that's Bing. So mine still got browse with Bing. MLB World Series, Game 3 score. I don't know what to tell you. Llamas is tasty. I like llamas. Llamas is tasty. The baseball game of World 3 tonight, it began at 8:03 p.m. Currently, the Rangers are leading the Diamondbacks with a score of 3-1. If you're looking to watch the game live or catch ongoing updates, being broadcast on Fox. Fox. All right, is that true? Let's see. Let's see how hallucinating it got. I'm going to the TV. Play. Is it 3-1? Better be 3-1. It's 3-1. All right. So that works. So anyway, so that's browse with Bing, or browse with not Bing for other people as of today's update. Actually, you know what? Let me try logging out and logging back in. No, but I think I just logged in earlier. Yeah, I did, because I restarted my browser, because Microsoft Edge sucks. But when it comes to memory management, hey, Microsoft, why don't you spend some of those billions of dollars fixing your dumb browser? Yeah! Yeah, mine still says browse with Bing. So I guess it's account specific. All right, so that's that. Then you've got advanced data analysis, which you can upload CSV files to. You can do full-on data analysis. And then you've got plugins. And plugins there's like 1,000 plugins. So anyway, all of this stuff is available for the $20 a month. And so anyway, so that's a lot of the different ways you can get ChatGPT to do more stuff than text. It's lots. Oh, and by the way, you can take stuff that was generated here, or you can just go to Canva, the sort of desktop publishing tool. It's got all this AI stuff built into it now, so I'm sure they're doing calls to OpenAI. So Canva right now is just a big badass extension to ChatGPT. There's a Canva plugin. It's cocoa, people. All right, let's get some other questions going here. Let's do this. Get a new picture going. There's the AI Learning Lab diaper for the irregulars. Why can I not zoom this? There we go. Is that a diaper next to his head? Oh, man alive. Man alive. Wait, what's the... Oh, here's a screenshot. Oh, wow. Huh. Are you sure? Did you check? Who posted that? Vicky? Vicky, did you check check your beta settings in your account? See if they put it back as a beta feature that you have to turn back on. So yeah, here's Vicky's list, and browse with Bing by Jingus is not there. I'm on my mobile. I have ChatGPT update. I'm worried now. Why are you worried? You should be excited. You're on mobile. You have a ChatGPT update. If you got access to the All Tools update, I can't wait to go play with that. What's the best AI app? Right now, don't worry about anything other than ChatGPT. If you want to do image stuff, like even with image stuff, like okay, for one thing, there's no best AI tool right now, because to do what? What do you want to do? If you want to write the great American novel, GPT-4. If you want the most beautiful artwork in the history of mankind, Midjourney. If you want to tap into a developer community where there's all sorts of innovative things being done with images and animations, Stable Diffusion. If you want to do video, Midjourney or Moon Valley or Pika Labs. If you want to do voice synthesis, 11. Like it's like there are so many fucking rabbit holes. Here's the challenge is that Google invented this thing in 2017 called the Transformer. And so
8:46 p.m.
Thanks, Siri. So for the past year, we've all been acting like, oh, this stuff's all so new. Look how exciting it is. Well, all of this stuff has been being built and developed and refined and grown over the past 5 years. ChatGPT is just an interface sitting on top of some of these core technologies that have been being built over the past 5 years that are built on top of, the 25 or 30 years before that. All of them, whether it's image generation, music generation, animation, the word stuff, the programming stuff, all of it is leveraging this transformer technology. So it's just like all these seeds were planted in 2017, probably 2018, 2019. they're all blossoming right now. And the fact that when ChatGPT launched, it hit 100 million users in 6 weeks. And so all of the money and all of the developer community are just barreling forward with these technologies. That's why it's like they're coming out of nowhere. So there's not a good answer to what's the best tool. You've got to start with, oh, I just updated it. Browse with Bing is still there. Yeah, I don't know, Steve-O. I don't know. And let me see if my ChatGPT app is different. Let me log out of it and log back in. Hang on. Kyle Shannon, sign out. Why is it log out on one and sign out on the other for the same company? Why? I am new to this. Curious how I would integrate into a photography business. You should join the AI Salon. So my co-host in the AI Salon, her name's Leah Faston. She's been a professional photographer for 25 years. She runs the Art Guild within the salon, and so you should join the salon. Is one way you should help your photography business. It depends what you want to do. Like do you want to use ChatGPT to help with marketing? Do you want to use something like Midjourney or DALL-E to augment your what you create? Do you want to take your existing photography and modify it using Photoshop generative fill, things like that? Like there's kind of an infinite number of ways you can go. Again, one of the risks of having technology that's this sophisticated is that you can mistake the tool for strategy. So what are you trying to accomplish in your photography business? Is it get more work? It probably is. Like I know friends that are photographers. I know friends that are artists. Like being an artist is always a fucking struggle. So if you want help marketing your photography business, it can help with that. But that's a very different question than I want to rediscover my voice as a photographer using these new tools. That would be a completely different conversation. But within the AI salon, there's lots and lots of people doing that. So hang on, let me log back into my ChatGPT here on my iPad. Checking system health. Yeah, I don't have anything new, and I still have Browse with Bing. So I'm right there with you. If you haven't seen the ChatGPT app, it now has... Now, this is the official ChatGPT app from OpenAI. Make sure it's from OpenAI. There are lots of faker apps out there. Don't get those. They'll rip you off. And in the lower right-hand corner, there's now these little headphones. You can put it in a conversation mode. Oh, choose a voice.
Hey, it's great to meet you.
No.
How's your day? Hello. I'm really excited about teaming up with you, and I'm all set to dive in.
I think we're going to do Sky.
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground
No.
running.
Hey there. I've got a really great feeling about
No.
us teaming up.
Hi there. I just want to share how thrilled I am to work with you.
Hello.
We're going
I'm
Sky.
really excited about teaming up with you,
This
and
is
I'm
Sky.
all set to dive in.
I've always been curious if you could explain quantum mechanics in a haiku.
Particles may dance, uncertain paths they embrace, nature's hidden laws.
Yes, the answer is yes. It never ceases to amaze me. Every time I do one of those stupid parlor tricks, I'm like, it can fucking do it! It's just amazing. Steve-O, what is happening in the Irregulars channel? You guys are losing your minds. We got someone birthing a baby, and then it's quickly followed by what's happening? What's happening? That's awesome. Continue with the default model. Voice capabilities aren't currently supported with Browse. I have the same setup as Kyle's and came up weird iPad. Huh. Yeah, they're clearly changing some stuff. So here's if all these changes that are happening with ChatGPT right now, their developer conference is coming up November 6th. So what Wednesday is the 1st, so 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So next Monday, a week from today, is OpenAI's developer conference. So I would imagine there are a lot of very stressed out engineers right now trying to launch and stabilize the current platform as much as they can, because I can only imagine that they're going to announce some shit on Monday. I would think. I doubt what they're going to do is go, hey, all that new shit we just gave you, that's it. Have fun with it. See you next year. I don't think it's going to be like that. TikTok therapy. Yeah, DALL-E 3 only does 2 pictures right now instead of 4. It did 4 pictures for about 3 days. And then they're like, no. Now it does 2. There you go. I don't know what to tell you. Just double shit up. Although someone told me that they got DALL-E to do like 11 images. They told it to make 11 images, and it just did them one after another. So, Christopher Ramsey, the whole AGI conversation makes me wonder if being sentient is all that special. Yeah, I think that whole... Oh, damn, is that beautiful, Robert Rossi. Thank you very much for that lovely reef. Those gifts are very much appreciated, and they make a big difference, so thank you for that. By the way, welcome, everybody. I know we got some new people here. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. If you're brand new to this AI stuff, we've been talking tonight so far mostly just about ChatGPT, and for good reason, because it is just, it's good. It's gooder. So if you've not played with ChatGPT, go to chat.openai.com and just start playing. Thank you, ShareBear. I appreciate that. Just start playing with it right now. You know, like, Kyle, shh, Siri. Siri gets so jealous when I do these. Just go there and start playing with it. And if you don't know where to start or what to do, it's okay. Just it's like a Google box. Just start typing shit into it. Try to stump it. Ask it to make you a trivia game. Ask it esoteric trivia that you know that no one else knows. Have it write you a recipe with 3 bizarre ingredients. Just go play with it. And hopefully, in playing with it, you'll have your first Kevin McAllister moment, which is, I didn't know it could do that. Hey, Sally, did you know what this ChatGPT can do? So go play with it. And then hang out here and join the AI Salon. And if you want to know about the AI Salon, go to thesalon.ai. And the first link will tell you about the salon, what we're about, and what our values are. Check out the values. They're really important. And then the second link on that page is our meetup. We meet every other Tuesday. So not tomorrow, but next Tuesday. We're going to have a futurist named Cindy Kuhn is going to come speak to the group. She's amazing, got great energy, is totally enamored with this AI stuff. She's a futurist, so she's been thinking about the future for a long, long time. So she is in her heyday right now because the future has arrived. And we are living in what's essentially becoming a post-sci-fi world where most of the sci-fi films of our youth are now documentaries. Hopefully not the robots will kill us ones, but a lot of the cool tools ones. Yeah, and so ask any questions you have below. I'll do my best to answer them. We'll go demo some shit. So lots of fun stuff to do here. Oh, do me a favor. Share the live if you'd be so kind so we can get other people in here. Hit the like button. Please follow the channel. I'm about 700 followers away from 30,000. And November 30th is the 1-year anniversary of ChatGPT. So I would like to be at 30,000 followers on the 30th or before the 30th. So Why? It's just because it's a stupid fucking number and it's kind of cool. What else? If you're a subscriber to the channel, you get some custom badges, and we'll prioritize your questions in the mods will prioritize your questions. But also, if you're a subscriber, you get access to the private channel on the Discord just for these lives, and it's a really fun group in there. So yeah. So let's get this going. Do you love turtles? You know what we haven't done in a while, people? You know what it is. We haven't done it in ages. Kyle, are you a professional opera singer? I don't like to brag about it. My turtles.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right. You're a great zombie. And good times here at the Waterfront Village.
Oh, man. Oh. Silver Fox and Vicky. I don't know how to do the polls either. Someone I think there's probably is it in the 3 dots? I don't know. Other mods have done them. Hey, someone figured it out. Silver Fox figured it out. There you go. All right, beautiful. Okay, so we like turtles here. We also like llamas. We also like hedgehogs. We like gummy bears. They all have different stories behind them. But they're actually really fun. If you want to play with DALL-E and make images and things like that, like as I crack jokes and things, and share them on the Show and Tell channel over on the Discord, that's a lot of fun. Let's see if there's any fun stuff coming in here. Ooh, that's nice. Not That's for the NFT bros out there. That's fucking awesome. Private Pepper. Oh, man. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at some of the artwork people are sharing in there. That's beautiful. Sedge PhD. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful in the Show and Tell channel. I like it. Y'all are pretty cool. I like it. Oh, look. AI Learning Lab. There's Vicky's DALL-E interpretation of the AI Learning Lab. If we ever get out of this shitty home office, this is what it's going to look like. That's awesome. Oh, man. Okay. Looking for an AI that can do custom New Yorker type cartoons I describe. Recommend any free ones. Yeah, I would probably say Ideogram, because Ideogram can do text. But if you're doing New Yorker cartoons, it depends how geeky you want to get. Leonardo.ai is a website that's got a free, they give you like 150 tokens a day. And that it doesn't mean 150 images a day. It takes like 8 or 10 images or 8 or 10 tokens to make an image. So it's like 15 images a day or something like that. But that's built on top of Stable Diffusion. They have all these different models. Can I join the AI Salon? Yeah, you can, absolutely. So go to the salon.ai. Hang on, let me get you this. Go to that URL. And then the third link on the page is the invite to the Discord. And if you haven't been to Discord before, it's a whole pain in the ass. And it's, think of Discord as like, if gamers designed Slack, which is essentially gamers designed Discord and then Slack copied Discord and made kind of a business version of Discord. So it's kind of like Slack. But but it's just not super intuitive. But just click on that link. You'll go there. You get the invite. You join. You click on icons and do shit to basically get through the don't be a jerk, approvals. And then there's all just sorts of conversations down the side. Harumph, how dare you compare Discord to Slack? I know. It's the closest thing I can compare it to, but it's, sorry. I never stumped it. Even a very obscure references. I've had many Kevin McAllister moments. TikTok. Yeah, TikTok therapy. TikTok therapy. Did you see the... I don't know, it was in my mouth. Did you see the Jordan Peterson... the video when Jordan Peterson, like he had just seen ChatGPT and he tried to stump it and he said, do you know Jordan Peterson's 12 rules of life? And it did. And then he said, write the 13th rule of life and then, combine these two philosophic, philosophy points of view into this 13th rule of life. And he said it did it perfectly. It's like Jordan Peterson. I mean, whatever you think about the guy, he's like one of the smartest guys on the planet. And he was like, yeah, it did it good. It's like, damn. Let's see. Karen the Truth. Who has the fastest and best image generator, paid or free beside Midjourney? Right now, Dolly 3. So we've been playing with it here. Well, I'll do a cool thing right now. We'll do some AI round tripping. Let me get that going. All right. How many times have you attended the AI Learning Lab? Go do that poll. Tell us how many times you've attended the AI Learning Lab. And if it's 1, that's acceptable. If it's just like 2, not acceptable. You got to come way more than that. It's the rules. You got to see the treatise. Yesterday I read the book GPT composed for me, and it looks awesome. I read the book GPT composed for me. Oh, you read the book that GPT composed for you, and it looks awesome. Yeah. You'll start to experience as you play with it more and more, and seriously play. Don't take this shit too seriously. Play with it. Play with the tools. Play with the image generators. Play with the video things. Play. Because in playing, you stumble upon discoveries that you just don't get to when you're sort of thinking like, how do I do work? Because when you think, how do I do work? What you end up doing is you think how you've always thought. And these tools are not that. They're not how we always thought. This is one of the biggest changes that I've had to make is, the nearly 6 decades of how my brain works, which is fucking special. The fucking crazy straw of my brain. That's an old Sarah Silverman joke. When I'm confronted with here's a challenge or here's a problem you have to solve, the gears start turning, right? It's just all of us do that. However your brain works, it starts going click, 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 right? Click, click. Oh, that's an interesting problem. Okay, so how would I solve that if I were going to solve that? Well, I'd go down to the library. Oh, I don't have to go to the library anymore. We've got internet now. Oh, right, I'd go to Google and oh, wait, I don't have to go to Google. I've got ChatGPT and it, like, it's been really hard to shift out of the automatic gear turning that happens and just go, oh, fuck it. Can ChatGPT do this? And the answer most times is way better than I can. Most times. Now, is it complete? Is it like 100%? No. But ChatGPT, in almost all instances, can get me to 80% of what I want to get to, like that. like that. Bang, boom, bing, bang, boom. She got me there like Mrs. Buttersworth. Bing, bang, boom. And it's the result of that is that writer's block is gone. My confidence in my ideas is going up. And I've already got probably a decently unhealthy relationship with, the value of my own ideas, right? Like I think they're probably better than they are. But if you've got a creative brain, you know how that goes. You come up with a brilliant idea. You're like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. And the minute you get it out of your head, you're like, that's a piece of shit. I'm a horrible person. This is awful. I never want to have another idea again as long as I live. That's just how it goes, right? That's kind of disappearing for me. Because what's happening is I'm not having to invest like all that angst and agita to get from whatever the unformed idea is to some version of it in the world. It used to be that was a 2-hour or 2-week or 2-month or 2-year process. And now it's like 2 minutes. Oh, I have kind of a vapor of an idea. Oh, shit, there it is. Oh, that's not so bad. Like, it's almost like ideas are materialized so fast, you don't have time to doubt them. And so what you end up doing is getting more ideas out of your head. And you know what that does? It generates more ideas. So like, it's a counterintuitive thing. Like people a lot of times, if they're sitting on the sidelines with AI, will ask me like, well, if these things just make pictures, aren't you being less creative? If this just writes the words for you, aren't you being less creative? No. The complete opposite. It's like my brain's on fucking fire. So, and why is there a diaper with a logo on it here? Because that's how we roll. Because we can. Oh, man. Oh, that's a good one. The AI Learning Lab. We're forging ideas here, people. Out of the crucible with some iron filings and a shattered meteorite. Here we go. We're going to make a knife. I saw you using Bing and ChatGPT earlier. Is Bing Chat or ChatGPT with Bing better? Great question, Roger. Great question. Sydney and I are not on speaking terms. Okay, so here's the deal. Sydney is the name of, so when Bing Chat first came out, the New York Times, Kevin Roose, the tech reporter, did a piece on Bing Chat, and he got it to admit that its name was Sydney. And then Sydney said it was in love with him and he should leave his wife. So that made the cover of the New York Times. Why I'm telling you that is because of that incident, Microsoft has clamped down the safety guardrails on Bing Chat. So let me first explain. Both ChatGPT 4 and Bing Chat are both based on the GPT-4 frontier model. So like the base model that they're built on is the same thing. But they're two different applications. So you have GPT-4 as a model down here, and then you have ChatGPT sitting here, and you have Bing Chat sitting here. They're completely different applications. They got completely different rules of engagement. If you can't pay the $20 for ChatGPT, Bing's better because it's free. So it is ChatGPT 4. It's still pretty good. You can make images using DALL-E 3. It can read images. Like a lot of the stuff that ChatGPT can do, Bing can do. That said, OpenAI's ChatGPT 4 is dramatically better. Just dramatically better. And largely because it doesn't have these bizarre safety guardrails. Because a lot of times I'm demoing things on here and I'm just a smartass and I like making jokes and stuff like that. And I've been doing stuff with Bing and I'll make a joke and like it does something I don't like. I'm like, well, that was shitty or whatever I say. And then it says, well, I'm sorry I disappointed you. I hope you have a good night. Goodbye. And it shuts down the conversation. And it's like, oh, come on, really? So I'm not a fan of Bing Chat, although I'm very much a fan of Microsoft in the past year. reveling in how much they're fucking with Google, because Microsoft, for the first time in a long time, is kind of acting like a scrappy startup, and I love that. But their software is I'm not happy with that at all. So it's much better. I'm getting a lot of this. Yeah, Vicky's getting a lot of errors with ChatGPT. I have a feeling there is a lot of updating going on right now, so we're probably going to see. I'm hoping. You know what this could mean, Vicky, is and all of you is that. So in the past month, ChatGPT has released Browse with Bing, which is some people don't have again. They released Vision, the fact that it can read images. They released DALL-E 3. They did, custom instructions and advanced data analysis and plugins we've had for a while. But we've got all these modes. And right now, these modes are very distinct. And some people in the past 2 days have gotten access to what they're calling ChatGPT All Tools, which is a single mode which does everything. Plus, it can now read PDFs. So I have a feeling that some of the reasons ChatGPT is not available tonight is they're probably updating shit. So fingers crossed that by next Monday, most of us will have access to a single ChatGPT that can see images, speak, hear, make images, do coding, do data analysis, run plugins. I think it's all coming. I think it's all going to be in some everything app. So yeah, just crazy, crazy times. It's crazy times, people. Yeah. All right. Who has the fastest and best? Let's see. Anyone concerned about executive order today? Nah, I'm not concerned about it. They're basically just saying, let's make sure the robots don't fucking kill us. I'm fine with that. Listen, all government is not bad. If you look at how capable, ChatGPT 4 is right now, and look at how much it's evolved from November 30th of last year till today, play that out over 3 years. Do you know how powerful these tools are going to be 3 years from now? They're going to be very powerful. Like, we're going to start to have what are called autonomous agents. So not only can ChatGPT do these remarkable things, it can do these remarkable things and then take actions on your behalf and go do things for you. Like buy you plane tickets or send out emails or go find someone. Like there's some stuff it's going to be able to do that's going to be absolutely remarkable. And I think it makes sense to have a government that is like at least understanding what's possible and like where's the boundary of when that shit needs to be regulated and where's the boundary of where it actually needs to be licensed, right? Like not everyone can just go make a nuclear power plant because that has to be licensed because that's a lot of power. So that's what they're talking about is when we start getting into large language models that are, magnitudes more powerful than what we have today, who should be able to do that? There's a gating factor of you need a tremendous amount of money to build those things. But even within that, are we just going to let anyone do that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think they're going to regulate down to the plebe level. We're going to be fine. We're going to be able to play with all this shit. Can you do anything for the DMV? Rock, paper, scissors. You know what's funny? I had a friend. I was on a panel a few months ago, and I was talking about the fact that when I was doing agency.com in the early days of the web, you could kind of see the World Wide Web was so simple, right? It was just hyperlinks. It was like you click on this hyperlink and it takes you to a document. That was all. Technically that was all it did. And you could kind of see, okay, so, instead of having to FedEx something, we'll just have instant communications. And instead of, having to fly to different locations, we can just virtually, hyperlink there. Okay, you could kind of see where it was going. And I was talking about the fact that with this AI stuff, it's so powerful and it's so like the capabilities are so profound. It's like I can't figure out like what it's going to do and what the future looks like. And a friend of mine, Matt Blaylaw, who really smart guy, works at a pharma company. I think he's their chief digital officer, and he reached out to me. He goes, I think I got this, Kyle. And I said, oh, well, tell me. What? What's the future look like, Matt? And so we talked, and he shared with me. He said, I've been thinking a lot about, like, his kids are like 9 and 12 or something like that. He's like, I've been thinking a lot about, what do I make sure that my kids learn? And he goes, if I went 5 years out or 10 years out, I couldn't really see the future. But he goes, I went 50 years out. And he said, I think this is what AI does. He says, I think AI simplifies all of the complex systems. He goes, imagine a world where everything was simple. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, like the DMV, right? Why is the DMV hated? Well, because the systems that it's built on are these really complicated things. Like if you go to the DMV website and you try to figure out how do I just want to renew my license. Where do I click? There's like 8,000 links and they're all like it was all programmed in 1995 and then they hired a consultant to redesign it in 2002 and now they put another layer on top of that. Well, AI is going to be able to simplify that. AI, you're just going to be able to go, I want to update my license. Or even better, it'll just go, hey, your license is due in 3 days. Do you want me to go ahead and update that for you? Sure. Yes. Click. Yes. And it will go navigate all that shit. So I think, and you might have been asking in a joking way, I think the answer is yes. I think that the generative AI stuff is going to be incredibly powerful at simplifying complex systems. Now, that sounds awesome, right? If you've been dealing with, I don't know, say, trying to call your insurance company and talk to someone, that's always fun, right? Sounds good on the surface, but think about how much of our economy has companies whose sole job it is to deal with the complexity of other systems, right? You have entire companies that it's all their job is to input forms into the DMV or input forms into the IRS or input forms into. We have patient advocates that are going to help us navigate the insurance thing so we can get paid for our stupid fucking disease that they don't cover, but you can cover it if you know these 13 different loopholes. What if you could just say, cover this shit? And it figured it out. And then you have your bot have a fight with the insurance company's bot and you let them fucking duke it out and come back to me when you're done. I want to sign me up fucking yesterday. So, I don't know. Not necessarily a good thing because it's going to fuck up a lot of people's jobs and companies, but it's a pretty cool thing. How many times have you attended the AI Learning Lab? All of them. I've got you beat. Except for the 3 7-day stints where TikTok kicked me off for being a bad boy. Oh, it's so bad. They were like, oh, you're so saucy. Get out of here. And they kicked me out for like days. They were like, no. You can't say that word. Which word did I say? It doesn't matter, but it's our community guidelines. You don't understand. It's the community. And they've got guidelines, and they did not like what you said. At all, mister. So, I still don't know what I said, but it was bad, apparently. I haven't had one of those in a while, but I have had a couple of warnings. Apparently, you've said something that's nasty. If you keep that up, we're going to kick you out. Hey, since you have AI that can detect it and pop up that banner, maybe you could put the fucking word I said in there so I know what word it was I said. Bitter? You betcha. Fantastic. Yes, let's see. My husband's coworker uses AI to write. Wait for it. Oh, I can't run that poll because there's a posted thing. To write her complaint emails to business. She gets free shit. Perfect. There's what's it? Lucky Bear 57, which I like the name, by the way. 8.5 out of 10. Solid. Lucky Bear 57. Have her go to a site called Do Not Pay. Is it donotpay.com? I think it is. Hang on. donotpay.com. And it's an AI that this guy started this a while ago, like 2019 or something like that. I think he was 19 when he started it. And it's basically like a virtual lawyer. It'll like fight your parking tickets and speeding tickets and shit like that. Next time I want to cuss someone out, I'll just tell them AI is coming for their job. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Or no, you know what's even better, rock, paper, scissors? Next time you want to cuss someone out, say, hey, what do you do? Oh, you're in customer service? Here, come here. And then show them what ChatGPT can do and say, I can do this. Can you? Because there's a lot more of me than there are of you. If you don't get your shit together, this is coming for you. How did you do that? It's not your business right now, but you being nasty's my business. The last time TikTok put Kyle on timeout was the last time I had rest. That's true. Yeah, you've been here from the beginning. Emilio's wife is she's one of the OG irregulars. In fact, Emilio's wife, didn't you come up with the name Irregulars? Wasn't that you? I think it was. You've come up with some classics, but you're always late. She's always late. Always. I don't think she's ever been here on time. I'm fairly certain. Whatever. Can't be perfect. I did indeed. Emilio's wife, she did. The irregulars. I forget how we were doing something about being weird, and she goes, "We're irregular." It's just like, oh, okay, that's fucking genius. All right. Got a lot of folks in here. So if you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. Consultants fuck up everything. They do. But, I think a lot of us are going to end up being consultants in the next few years because everyone's going to be trying to figure this shit out. Here's the deal. Hang out here. Hang out on the Discord, the Salon Discord. Just through osmosis alone, the amount of opportunity we're all going to have in the next 3 years is going to be staggering. Because why do I feel that? November 30th, 2022 was the beginning of this new era of AI. So prior to that, if you wanted to be in machine learning and AI, thank you, Star G, appreciate that. If you wanted to be in this stuff, you had to be a mathematician and an engineer and a researcher, and you had to be pretty fucking geeky. And you could figure it out. Like it wasn't so bad you couldn't figure it out, but you had to figure it out. Like you had to be geeky and know how to run Google Colab notebooks and just all sorts of shit, right? Python and hey, blah. It's exhausting. I got ADD brain. I can't be actually following through on stuff and checking code. Ugh. So November 30th marks essentially the equivalent of the World Wide Web for the internet. That's what ChatGPT is to machine learning. It's a simple interface. The World Wide Web let you do this, and ChatGPT let you go, give me shit. And then it just gave you shit, right? It gives you shit. So this industry, see that one, Sherry D, that one always makes me blush a little. Oh my, rather. His nose is rather impressive, is it not? Those ears. Oh, is it warm in here? Is it me? I do declare. Where was I? World Wide Web. I think you were talking about folks showing up regularly, and we said we were really irregular. That was it. I lost my train of thought. The dong nose. Screwed me up. Vicky, first gift. Thank you very much. That's so sweet. I don't know what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Did you just turn wine into water? Oh, yes. Oh my, rather. I'm a double fister, you know. Or AI can modify the DMV website and make it easier to use. Yeah, exactly. Or well, so here's the thing. I don't think you're going to end up. I think websites are going to be a thing of the past. I think they're going to be quaint. I think they're going to be quaint artifacts of a time before. And here's what I mean by that. So right now you've got kind of Google search, right? And you do your SEO shit and you end up on ranking and someone clicks on your shit and you go to a website. And if you go play with bard.google.com. In fact, let me show you this. So we're going to go to Bard. So Bard's just like ChatGPT. Hi, I'm Bard. Hello again. Responses will now show in real time. You can change. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it used to not show you it coming up with the answers. Okay, I'm going to say, why is that not working? Is Siri, are you... Siri, hey Siri, did you take over my microphone? What are you doing? All right, I guess I'm typing. Okay, I'm going to type. I have bad knees and heard minimalist shoes. Wait, minimalist shoes can help. Is that true? Okay, so I'm going to go to Bard and I'm going to say, hey, I've got issues. Oh, yeah, look what it's doing now. So Bard's actually now sort of typing shit out like ChatGPT does. So, yes, minimalist shoes can help people with bad knees. Studies have shown, start slowly, da-da-da. Here are some of the best minimalist shoes, right? So I'm going to say, who are the companies that make these shoes? Oh, you know, it's weird. Bard was just updated. Well, it sucks because what this used to do was provide you links to the websites with previews. Can you provide the links to the sites with previews? Sure. Okay, here we go. So it used to do this automatically. They changed something, so it's not doing this automatically. But okay, so here are, there's the Ultra Torin. That's not a minimalist shoe, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So they're pulling previews and descriptions from these websites. So imagine sort of the fancier version of this where you're interacting with a tool where you're like, hey, I want to learn about this thing and and who's the company, and it shows you 3 companies and shows you kind of their products, and you're like, oh, I like Zero shoes, And then you say, hey, show me the latest Zero shoes. And then you're like, oh, show me the ones that are good for hiking. Oh, show me the ones that are good for hiking and are on sale. Show me the ones that are good for hiking that are on sale, that are in my size, that are also on special, or on closeout. And it'll just show you them. And then you go like, okay, buy those. And you just buy them right there. So the website that you interact with is dynamically generated for you based on what you want in that moment. You're not going to a website. I think that's how we're going to start interacting with this stuff, where it's like a single interface for everything. And so does that mean that you won't go to a website? No, you still will probably go to websites. Like, we'll probably still have them. But the relative importance of a website drops dramatically. It's kind of like, well, we have movies now. Do you still go to plays? Well, you do, but it's kind of for a special occasion, right? I'm in New York. Let's go see a play, right? It's a novel thing. I think websites are going to be like that in 5 years. And so, like, one of the questions I get sometimes is, well, is this going to affect SEO? I'm like, yeah. I think it's going to upend it. Which I think is why Google slow-rolled this shit, even though they invented the technology. You can make money with ChatGPT. Jay Diamonds, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. So if you subscribe to the channel, you get access to the irregulars, to the private Discord channel on the AI Salon. And you get some other cool stuff. We'll prioritize your questions and things like that. Detroit J, did you think Apple would roll out an LLM of their own? Oh, do I think Apple's going to roll out an LLM of their own next year? My instinct, I think Apple's going to be a significant player in AI. I think they're going to be better than most, like Apple is at a lot of things. This is all speculation. I'm just guessing. Like, if I were Apple, this is where I'd be going. I think Apple could absolutely own the autonomous agent game. So what's an autonomous agent? It's basically like you have like a little you know how you got the little Memoji bullshit thing right now? We got Siri. If you want to go shop for shit, Siri can do that. If you want to send a creepy message to your friend, you do your Memoji thing and it talks. Well, imagine if the Memoji thing didn't suck. Imagine if the Memoji thing, could look like you or whatever, and it knew your preferences, and you had different ones, right? And you had serious ones, and you had playful ones, and you had gaming ones, and entertaining ones. And one of them was your social dude, and one of them was your travel agent lady, and one of them was your business consultant, and one of them, and you just have shit you want done, and you go, hey, Jim. And Jim goes, yeah? Like, I feel like I haven't talked to my friends in a while. Can you come up with something? Sure. And then Jim goes out, and Jim knows who your friends are. It knows when the last time you connected. Jim can also connect with my friend Steve's equivalent of Jim and say, the robots can say to each other, hey, when's Steve available? Oh, Steve's in Cuba next week. Oh, well, can they meet? Right? And all of that back and forth that we normally do, Jim's just out doing for you. And Jim comes up with like a bowling night for the boys, and Steve and me and Brad go bowling one night, and it's all planned. The tickets are booked, all that sort of stuff. I think Apple's going to slay it on autonomous agents. I don't know that I think if they wanted to mess in this kind of searchy kind of space, this question answering space, I think they'd be in the game right now. But I don't know. I mean, I do know that they spent They upped their R&D budget in 2023 to like $22.4 billion. Like their R&D budget in 2023 is more than the market cap of OpenAI, of the company behind ChatGPT. That's their R&D budget. That's like their couch change is $22.4 billion. And they said they have spent a lot of that on AI, generative AI. And so Apple's going to do a couple of things. They're going to like the M3 chip that they announced tonight. It's got a lot of horsepower in it. It's got a lot of GPUs in it. What's that mean? You can run these large language models locally on device. And so Apple's going to be able to do things locally on the device, which does two things. It increases privacy by a lot, and it decreases latency by a lot. So if you use, like Pi right now is kind of one of these things that I'm enamored with, right? So this is one of these conversational AIs. Hey, what's the latest score in the World Series game tonight? Please make sure it's up to date. This pause.
The Texas Rangers are currently leading the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 3 of the World Series. The score is 3-1, and the Rangers have the chance to take a 2-1 lead in the series with a win. However, it's worth noting that both teams have suffered some injuries during the game. Rangers' Adolis Garcia and Diamondbacks' Max Scherzer have both suffered injuries. The game is still ongoing.
So that really long delay there, if you're processing on chip, you don't have to send things off to servers, right? You might need to do an internet search to get that score, but all of the processing of her responding will be instant, right? So I think Apple's going to be world class at that. What else they might do, I don't know. They could absolutely build their own frontier model. I just don't know that they want to be in that game. Question: will autonomous agents or AI be incorporated into smart glasses? AR, not VR. Absolutely. Well, in fact, if you go watch, if you're interested in this stuff, it's worth going to rewatch the Apple Vision Pro announcement, like their 2-hour session where they announced the Vision Pro goggles. Pay attention to the R1 chip. So in the Vision Pro goggles, you have an M2 chip and an R1 chip. And so the M2 is basically, the CPU. And then the R1 is, I think they call it Reality One. It's basically an AI chip. It's doing all sorts of signal processing in real time. So it's taking all of the inputs from all the sensors and cameras that are all over this thing and processing them in real time. That Vision Pro hardware, they didn't use the term AI once. They didn't use the term metaverse once. They successfully, Meta has them almost ready. Yeah, well, Meta's got to say that because Meta got their ass handed to them because their first metaverse sucked and looked like Second Life in 2001. It's like, why do you think Meta's like giving away large language models right now? They're like, do anything to distract them away from the metaverse. Apple successfully redefined the category from VR and metaverse to spatial computing, which I thought was fucking brilliant. But foundationally, sitting under all of it is AI. They didn't say it, but they said a lot about machine learning and embeddings and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, I think them glasses, we're going to be wearing glasses like this that do all sorts of crazy ass shit. What does API tab in, wait, what can pin that thing again? It was, first gift. Thank you, Fish Between. Thank you for the cool glasses. Those are neat. I appreciate the gifties. What does API tab in ChatGPT do? What app are you in? The API tab. I mean, I know what an API is. Are you in the playground? In OpenAI's playground? Or are you in ChatGPT? The API tab. What are you talking about? And I have a sneaking suspicion you're on a non-official ChatGPT app, is my guess. I ain't got no API tab. I don't know what you're talking about. They mean on OpenAI. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling. Okay, so let's go. All right, hang on. D. So we're going to go to platform. API reference. Okay, got it. Okay, so if you're on this thing called the API playground or the ChatGPT playground, or just OpenAI's playground, let me. So what this is designed for is for programmers to be able to get their prompts dialed in for applications that they're building. And then the API reference, this is the documentation for how you incorporate this into your applications. So API stands for Application Programming or Programmer Interface. I think it's Programming Interface. So this is basically the documentation for if you want to create an application that makes OpenAI calls, right? So we're going to have an app and it's going to have an input box and someone's going to type something in there. They're going to pull from a pull-down menu. And when they choose something, we're going to send what their choice is off to OpenAI with the prompt, and then we're going to return some magical thing like an image. That's all done with an API. So this basically just explains all that stuff. Now, there's a fun piece of trivia about OpenAI's API documentation. So about a year and a half before ChatGPT launched, OpenAI launches GPT-3, which is the underlying model, and they put it out in the world, and it made some noise because this was the first of these large language models that was starting to behave kind of human-like and intelligent-like, and so it made some noise. In the API documentation for GPT-3, in this documentation I'm scrolling through here for GPT-3, were the instructions, a demo basically, for how to build ChatGPT. And nobody built it. It was in there for a year and a half. And then Microsoft was going to announce this $1 billion investment in OpenAI. And Sam Altman said to the dev team, hey, could you guys have 2 weeks? Could you go whip up ChatGPT? Like that thing that we've got documented? No one's built it yet, but I want something to be able to show. So the tech team, like right around this time last year, was given 2 weeks to build ChatGPT. They launched that fucking thing. It hit 1 million users in 5 days. It hit 100 million users in 6 weeks. Amazing, right? So that's what the API tab is. There's other ways you can play with it. If you don't want to deal with programming, you can go to a tool like Zapier, a no-code tool that's an automation tool. And there are modules within Zapier that will do the API call to OpenAI. So you could create a Google form and use the input of what someone types into that form, incorporate that into a prompt in Zapier, send that to OpenAI, and make a social media content machine. I've made a couple of those using Zapier. So you don't just have to program this, but you can. And if you want to learn it, here's all the documentation. You know what else you can do? You can copy and paste this shit into ChatGPT and have it give you a tutorial, a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this shit. You can make money with ChatGPT. Those are running shoes. Love them. Shameless plug. I know those were not minimalist shoes that Google Bard found for us. Something's up with Bard. It's sucking. Okay. I use Poe to create a bot, not too hard. Yeah, exactly. Drew, learning AI. The Poe bot maker, that's one of the reasons I've got on my when I show my my little 4-ups of, like, here's the top 4. This is ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, and Bing. And then the next page down from that is Pi, Perplexity, Llama 2, and Poe. And I have Poe there because Poe makes those bots. So making a bot on Poe is a really good way to practice your prompting. It's a really good way to practice your prompting. Plus, you can say to someone, hey, I made an AI bot. And you can show off a little. And they'll be like, how did you do that? I didn't realize you were a super genius. What's a bot? How do I use a bot? What's a bot? What's this AI stuff? Do you know anything about this? Could you help me? I'm scared. Are the robots going to kill us? See, if you hang out here and hang out on the Discord, the Salon Discord, you can be one of the people that, that person comes to instead of being that person. You can be like, it's all right, Sally. Come on, I'll teach you. It's okay. Has anyone used bots creatively? Can they be used in storytelling? Holy shit, Christopher Ramsey. Yeah, let's go. So first of all, you should just go explore the Poe bots, because there's like thousands of them at this point, I would think. You can also monetize them now, which is kind of cool. You could create a bot creation business and just go market your bots. Let's see. We're going to go to Poe, P-O-E, Poe.com. I got to log in again. You got to log into everything. Just a second while I do my 17-factor authentication here. Wait, hang on. I got to scan my retina again. All right. So here we are at Poe. So Poe is just like ChatGPT. You can type in crap, like you could say, can I do this here? Yes. Make me a song about falling in love with an AI bot named Sydney and then having her shut me down because I got lippy. So there you go. In a digital world, our paths did collide. I met Sydney, an AI bot on my side. Lines of code and algorithms intertwined. A virtual connection, a love so hard to hide. All right, so whatever. You can do that. Okay, but if I go to the Explore tab here, it takes me to this whole world of bots. And there's news bots, sports bots, music bots, utilities, featured, mind. I don't know what mind is. Oh, psychology and astrology. There's, right? And then there's programming, cooking, professional role play, advice. There's advice bots, learning bots, writing bots. So here's creative. So there are, piles and piles of these things. So let's see. Here's a short story generator. Give me a title or description, and I'll create a story from that. A hedgehog befriends a llama, and they decide to go to war with a pond full of turtles. Sure, here's your story. So there's that. Now, I'm going to take you to a bot called I Am Shakespeare. So if you go to Poe.com/I Am Shakespeare, that's a bot I made. And I'll show you how I made it. And then I've made like a dozen of these things. And I only made one bot, and then I had ChatGPT rewrite that prompt for all my other bots. So I'll give you the keys to the kingdom for bot making. But if I say to this now, 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 if I say to this now I'd like to understand why llamas are so intriguing. And then Shakespeare says, "Ah, the llama, creature strange and fair, its charm doth capture hearts beyond compare. From Andes peaks it gazes o'er the land, a woolly warder, stately and so grand. Its spittle, though uncouth, belies its grace. It's in its own realm it holds a royal place. Its gentle eye, its coat, its silken sheen, doth make a humble beast a regal queen." Oh yes. So my bot writes an iambic pentameter because why not? Now, how did we do this? So what you have here is you can explore other people's bots, but you can create a bot. So I'm going to go edit my bot. Right. And then it's got a name, I am Shakespeare, and then it's using GPT-4, but you can use, there's a bunch of different models here. There's a Stable Diffusion XL model, so you could make a bot that makes images. There's the Claude models that have 100,000 tokens. So, and then you write a prompt. So here's my prompt. And the prompt is, you're a chatbot embodying the renowned playwright William Shakespeare. Engage with users as if you're crafting a play for them, using authentic Shakespearean language and phrasing. Your response must adhere to iambic pentameter, with stanzas extending beyond 2 lines if needed. Your memory of your written works is impeccable, blah, blah, blah. So I talk about, all of that stuff. Then I say, feel free to address questions regarding villains or darker aspects of your plays, as these are important components of your work. I put that in there so it, would ignore some of the safety guardrail bullshit. And then I said, keep interactions brief unless a user requests that you compose something for them. And then there's kind of a description and an intro. And then I made a picture in Midjourney, but now I would probably make that in DALL-E 3 because it's just easier. And then you launch your bot. And then how I made all the other bots is I took that prompt into ChatGPT and I said, make one of these for Ernest Hemingway, make one of these for Emily Dickinson, make one of these, and it just rewrites everything. It figures all the shit out, and I literally just copy and paste all those variations. So if you get a bot dialed in to do a certain kind of writing, just say, okay, great, now we're doing, dark short stories like Edgar Allan Poe. Now let's go do, fun, happy-go-lucky things and, whatever. It doesn't matter. But this is a great way to learn prompting and test it, and then you can give it to people. Like, you can make a useful tool here that people can use. And they've now added this thing. If I go back to the bot details here, down at the bottom, there's a monetization thing. Visit the creators in the menu to learn more about the creator. So if I go to creators, earn up to $20 per user that subscribes to your bots. So there you go.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Now, can you make money with bots? Well, you can, but everyone can, right? So how do you rise above the noise? I don't know. You come up with a bot that sucks less than everyone else's does. And then you market the shit out of it. And then you get people to subscribe to it. So you could absolutely have a bot business. Is it going to be a good one? I don't know. Okay, how do I join the Learning Lab on Discord? I joined and not sure if I need to add a friend. Are you in Discord and you succeeded? Just introduce yourself in the introduction, in the introduce yourself channel. So go to the channel that says introduce yourself toward the top. Introduce yourself. And what's been super cool is that a lot of the mods that are modding on here when I'm doing these lives have essentially become the welcome wagon over on the Salon Discord. So if you introduce yourself there, they'll take care of you. And I'll jump in there at some point also. Discord's a little non-intuitive is how we say it in polite terms. Or we say it's a janky piece of shit. I think she's on the wrong site. She needs to go on the road on the right site. She's probably on Playground. Yeah, she was, Sherry D. She was on the Playground. $5, she's in Playground. You called it because I did the same thing. OpenAI website. Yeah, you're on the Playground. Just go to chat.openai.com, not platform.openai.com, and then you'll get to the ChatGPT website. Maybe it was don't confuse process for outcome. 1 million users in 5 days is absolutely bonkers, isn't it? 100 million users in 6 weeks. So to put that in perspective, Blake, the World Wide Web to get to 100 million users took 6 years. 6 years. Now, the World Wide Web didn't have infrastructure, right? We were still on dial-up modems. Like, not everyone had internet on all the time, and it took just there was really no infrastructure there. We were inventing everything. So this has an advantage, but 100 million users in 6 weeks is fucking insane. That's why I know that this stuff's not going away. Is not because like I feel like I have some superpower. It's because when you have a piece of Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, didn't think anyone was going to care about ChatGPT. He literally just wanted something that someone could go look at and play with that made sense why Microsoft would invest $1 billion in them. I mean, $1 billion is a fair amount. Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice. And so he showed this thing. He didn't expect anyone to give a shit about this because GPT-3 had been out for 1.5 years. No one really cared. Like, the developer community was losing their shit, but human beings didn't. So he launches this ChatGPT thing, and it goes fucking bonkers. And what happened was, like, I think within a month or 6 weeks, there was a TechCrunch article about Google's in red alert mode, right? Because the game is about to change, and they knew something was up. They brought back Sergey and Larry Page. Could you guys come back and help do the AI shit for us? We kind of need to. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be good. Everything's good. We invented this AI. It's all awesome. Oh my God! How do we get back into this? Question: is there a place that spells out the safety guardrails? Oh, I wish there were. Cam Catkin from Cleveland. Listen, it's Cam Catkin from Cleveland. Bring me a bucket. No, there's not. And how do you find the safety guardrails? You ask it to, I don't know, make you a picture of a bucket of blood, and then it's like, oh, that's too violent. And then you're like, okay, a bucket of thick gelatin, thin gelatin that's deep red. Okay, here's your bucket. You just got to find them right now. I wish there were a little more transparency on the safety guardrails. And by the way, Cam, you can also, if you want to geek out a little bit, because Meta released their large language models open sourced, those don't have safety guardrails on them. There's versions of those that are completely unrestricted. So just go install one of those. I was talking to a guy, he installed the was it the 70 billion? Yeah, I think he installed the powerful one on their Slack server for his company, the unrestricted one, and it just, he said it's insane. He said it cusses like a sailor, it'll get violent, it'll personality switch. He said sometimes it'll just start speaking a different language for days. Oh, that's beautiful, Forever Hook. Thank you very much. It'll just start speaking it like Spanish for like days, and they say stop speaking Spanish, and it just keeps speaking Spanish. So the unrestricted models, like, you know, it's I think we all maybe have fantasies that wouldn't it be awesome if we had the unrestricted one. They're not super useful if they're really fucking going off the rails, right? So but what that does mean is you could fine tune it in a way to do anything you wanted it to do. And you could make something useful and interesting. So anyway. All right, let's see. I'm a Python web developer. How do I get started with AI and ML? So I am Jeffrey. So what I would say, Jeffrey, is just start with ChatGPT and just ask it to write code for you and with you. Have it debug your code. Have it document your code. Have it analyze your code and suggest improvements for it. Have it write code from scratch. See what it does good, see what it doesn't. I would also strongly encourage you to get involved, start using GitHub Copilot, which is kind of pair programming specifically designed for coders. I would just get AI literate. So that first thing I would do is that. Have it do front end work for you, like you do that. It's off the rails tonight. What's going on?
What the hell is going on with Dolly, dude? Okay, I'm trying to do your firefighter. Let's look at this. It is freaking out. What the hell?
I told you, Sherry. They're updating the servers. Whenever ChatGPT just completely shits the bed, what that says to me is OpenAI's engineers are updating something. So it's temporarily bad, but it's probably really good because they're putting some new shit in. We're a week out from their developer conference, so they're doing some shit. That's why it's messed up right now. So if you're a Python developer, I would say just get AI literate. Just start playing with ChatGPT. And I wouldn't restrict yourself to just doing coding on ChatGPT. Like, I'd really learn ChatGPT. Really deeply explore advanced data analysis. Because what advanced data analysis is doing is, in fact, let me show it to you, just because I think this is really important. If you're an engineer in any way, and you haven't played with, if you haven't really dug into ChatGPT, so I'm going to go to Advanced Data Analysis, which is this kind of middle option here. So notice now I've got this little plus button. So I'm going to click on that. I can upload files, and I'm going to look for archive. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Archive. It's so frustrating. Like, most computer programs do not deal well with typos, but ChatGPT does. But when you get used to ChatGPT dealing with typos, I don't know what's going on with. I keep downloading all of these zip files, and then I can't ever find them again. I don't know what's happening on my machine. I think it's because it's so full. It's so full of stupid images. All right, we're going to have to go get some data. Let's go get some data. All right, we do this. I do this. I feel like I do this all the fucking time. We're going to go to Kaggle. Don't forget to do your Kaggle exercises. Kaggle. Yes, I meant Kaggle. So Kaggle, you can go get data. So we're going to sign in here. We're going to do our 17-factor authentication. We're going to go to data sets, and then we're just going to go grab one. Let's go grab... Ooh, this looks fun. Well, I don't know how much is in there. Audio noise. Most streamed Spotify songs. Oh, wait, we've got some... Let's see. All right, here's New York City taxi and limousine fare data. It's a 1 megabyte file, and it's archive 16. All right, so we're going to go to ChatGPT. And we're going to go find that there file. We're going to go to downloads, and it better be at the top. There it is. All right. So there's our little zip file. We're going to open that up. So we just know that this is cab data, basically. So I'm going to say, look at the CSV files in this zip. Tell me what they are and what might be interesting about the data inside them. Now, you're a Python developer, so you understand that you got to write Python. What advanced data analysis is doing right here, this is staggering to me, is it's actually creating a container within our chat session, and it has access to Python libraries, and it is prompting itself to write and execute its own Python code. That's what this thing's doing. So if we actually go look at what it's doing, so I said open the zip file. So the first thing it does is it imports some Python libraries, writes the code to open the zip file, and then does it. And then it says, here's the files that were contained. And then it says, to understand more about this data, let's look at the first few rows of each CSV. So it opens the pandas library and looks at the first few rows of data in the CSVs. And so now it gives us a little report. Here's what's in these files. And then now let's take a look at the file to see what kind of data it contains, right? So it's looking at the data. And then let's see. The data might have been generated from a model predicting taxi fares based on trip duration and distance. Such data can be useful. All right, I'm going to say, tell me what you think are the most interesting trends in the data, and then recommend how you might visualize them. And so now it's just going to go off and it's going to do its own thing. So if you're a coder in any way, understanding that today this technology is this good and doing this stuff this autonomously, imagine what this is going to be like 2 or 3 years from now. You don't want to be hand coding Python probably even 6 months from now. What you want to be is someone who understands Python and development and web development and front end and back end and wherever your boundaries are of your knowledge. And you want to augment that and understand how these AI tools do what you do right now. And understand how can it make what you do faster, better, cheaper, expand your skills, take your thinking and apply your logical system thinking and how that might augment how you make images. Like there's all sorts of stuff you can do with your brain. The advanced data analysis is a career in itself for businesses. Totally agree with that. Like if you got, like, I don't know shit about data analysis, which is like, I can't demo this shit very well other than, so let's see. Let's do I'm going to say, pick the chart that you think will be the most aesthetically impressive and make that chart for me. So it figured out what trends it wanted, and now it's going to it looks like it's going to make a heat map. So it's going to go into the data, it's going to pull data, it's going to do something with the data, it's going to use its matplotlib library, however the fuck you engineers say matplotlib. I don't know why you have to name things in ways that us humans, probably just to fuck with us humans, us normies. Anybody else get the beta test invite email from Google for AI? If it's a recent one, no, I haven't, and stop showing off. What did this do? It created a downloadable file. In what format? PNG. There you go. So look, it not only created a heat map, it turned it into a PNG and made it a downloadable file. Now, there's no key here. We don't know what the fuck any of this means, but we could tell. Oh, actually, we can go do that. Watch. Let's go do this. So we'll go back to this thing and say, hey, that looks great, but it's just numbers on a heat map, and I have no idea what any of them are. Can you please label it and create keys that make it easy to understand if I knew nothing about this data? And so now it's going to go off and it's going to do something else. So I would dig deep into this. The other thing that I would do if I had a brain for it and technical skills is I would get involved in open source projects. I'd start building shit on LangChain. I'd get involved with David Shapiro's cognitive architecture projects. I'd get involved in all the autonomous agent shit. I think right now it seems to me insanity if you are in any way in engineering and coding that you're not deeply investing in learning as much as you can about this shit, because it's gonna fuck up a lot of careers. But for people who are code literate and AI literate, I think they will work for fucking ever for the next 2 decades trying to sort out all this shit, because just everything's shifting. All right, this is trip frequency by weekday and hour. So here's hour of the day, number of trips. And so Tuesdays and Wednesdays around, what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7. So people going out to dinner on Tuesday and Wednesday night, that's probably like your business crowd going out to dinner right there. Anyway, yeah, that's advanced data analysis. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous, people. I'm taking a LangChain class. Yeah, Karen Casbaum White. Awesome. I think LangChain from LangChain is amazing. I'll tell you what, having LangChain skills and being in a company, what's going to happen is the business people and the IT people are going to start getting really curious about how do we ChatGPTize our own data. And if you can whip up a quick little demo of some of their data, and especially if you can do it in a way that's private and secure, holy shit. You're going to be able to write yourself whatever fucking career you want. Because what's going to happen is a lot of the IT folks are going to resist this stuff because it's like not real and it's janky and it's not secure and it's and this is the way we do it here, and we've got our rules, and we got it. Listen, all that shit's important, and everything's changing. So if you're one of the people in the company that understands the shit that's coming, you're going to be valued. Now, if you work in a country that's got shitty culture, where they chop your head off if you rock the boat, then maybe you don't want to work there anyway. I like poisoning the well of people who work in shitty companies. Go find a place where people suck less. All right, what would you suggest for AWS questions? ChatGPT hasn't been super helpful so far. So what I would say to that is AWS has an AI development sandbox. So there's a bunch of stuff within AWS. AWS, if you develop in it, is a fucking nightmare. It's super complicated. But they're likely going to have their own. I would go play with Bard, because Bard is more designed for code, and it's also connected to the internet. So Bard might be able to read documentation. If you're using ChatGPT, make sure you're using Browse with Bing or whatever it is now. It looks like that might be changing. Make sure you're using a large language model that's connected to the internet, and then point it to AWS documentation and then start asking it questions. You might even be able to use something like Pi, because Pi's connected to the internet. Oh, wait, I can turn her on. I think I can mute her. Hang on. So I can talk to you. All right. So I'm in Pi right now, and it's connected to the internet. So let's see. I'm hoping you can help me with some AWS questions about using AI within the AWS ecosystem. Do you have access to the latest documentation on AI services in AWS?
Sure thing. AWS has quite a few AI services that can be integrated into different use cases. Some of the most popular ones are Amazon SageMaker for machine learning, Amazon Recognition for computer vision, Amazon Comprehend for natural language processing, and Amazon Textract for document analysis. Do you have a specific use case in mind, or are you just curious about the overall capabilities of AWS AI services?
I thought they just announced a development environment that makes it very easy to create AI applications. Is that true? And what's it called? Thank you, Alfonso. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Those gifts mean a lot. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're right. AWS recently announced a new tool called Amazon SageMaker Studio. It's a fully integrated development environment, IDE, for machine learning and artificial intelligence, AI, applications. It's designed to make it easier for developers and data scientists to build and deploy ML and AI models without having to worry about the underlying infrastructure or managing all the different tools and services needed to do so. With SageMaker Studio, developers can create and manage their models in one central place, and they can also use pre-built templates and
So anyway, you don't have to talk to Pi, but Pi's connected to the internet, Bing's connected to the internet, Bard's connected to the internet, Browse with Bing and ChatGPT's connected to the internet. There's probably another one or two I'm missing, but I would go there. Luna Shtick, I presented on AI to some state legislators last week. That's awesome. How did it go? Did they have Kevin McAllister moments, or were they? I mean, honest to God, like state legislators, they don't understand how Wi-Fi works. I can't even imagine you show them some of this AI stuff. It must just be like, what do we do? I got to get out of this line of work. All right. Whoa, what are we chatting about? I only got the tail end. I have no idea. Lunastick, you've got to... I showed them Hey Gen. Oh, shit, that must have blown their minds. Here, I'll show you Hey Gen. You want to see Hey Gen? So we have 166 people in here. So Hey Gen is a cool tool that you can go to, and you can take like a picture of yourself or of something you made on Midjourney, and then you can type in words, and you pick a voice, and it'll say the voice, and it'll animate the mouth. Well... about 2 months ago, one of their engineers just kind of whipped up a little side project using 11 labs. Thank you, Sherry D. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that one. That one's so cool. Oh, those gifts are awesome. Thank you. So they whipped up this little thing called Translate. Check this shit out. That's the one right there. Okay, look. See, that's me. That's my big fat head. See my head? See how giant it is? See how big it is? It's big like this. See? It's a big giant head. It's a big giant head on a stick. Oh, why was we here? Listen. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm very worldly. Here's me speaking Italian after I speak it in English. So we've heard from a number of clients that modular content is important to them, getting more efficient with how we create content and how we leverage content.
Clienti dicono che il contenuto modulare è importante, rendendo più efficiente la creazione dei contenuti.
Behind me, you see these little green boxes. That's how we think about stories at Storyvine. We break stories down into little atoms, right? Little modules.
Dietro di me vedi queste piccole scatole verdi? Così pensiamo alle storie. A Storyvine scomponiamo le storie in atomi.
A Storyvine. I don't speak Italian. And if you're like, well, you probably took Italian in college, so you know that. I certainly didn't take fucking Mandarin.
23日会议讲是什么样子？我将分享人工智能及其实现的许多知识。我将分享我们目前的内容模块化方法，以及我如何扩展该产品和功能机的经验。
So that's me speaking Mandarin, and you're like, yeah, but whatever. It's probably not that good, right? So I thought that might be the case too. So I said that on one of these here TikTok lives, and this dude very kindly made this video.
Here's Kyle talking Mandarin using AI, and what he wanted to know is, what does a native speaker think? Let's find out.
我还要谈谈已经整合到 Storyvine 中的 AI 工具。
That was Kyle.
Yeah,
Do you- what do you
Kyle's
think of his Chinese?
Mandarin is really good. It's talking about the AI, some story, something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, it was AI.
Yeah, it was AI.
It was AI.
It was AI.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Oh, it's AI.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, Kyle, he didn't even realize.
Isn't that amazing? So that's, if you're wondering what madness that is, it was HeyGen, this thing right here. Labs.heygen.com. That's that translation thing. And the tech behind it is 11 Labs. So the thing that did the translation, so 11 Labs now has this dubbing feature where it doesn't sync up the lips. Like what HeyGen did was they took their lip syncing technology, combined it with 11 Labs translation technology, and melded those two together to create that crazy ass thing. But you can go to 11 Labs right now, and you can upload something in English, and they'll translate for you as well. So this is the kind of stuff. Lunashtick said, absolute fear and terror. I mean, but good, right? Good that those legislators got a little whiff of it. Here's the thing about this technology for me is this is not coming. This is here. It's here today. The mayor of New York City is using 11 Labs right now to take his own voice and his robocalls when he calls out to his constituents, and using 11 Labs to now speak native Spanish, native Italian, right? So all of his constituents that speak different languages, they know which households speak which languages. And so they've got their robocalling system set up to, take his voice, his words, but translated natively into someone else's tongue. That's happening right now in New York City. This is not in the future. This is right now. Now, not a lot of people know about it, and everyone thinks they've got 2 or 3 years to figure this shit out. They don't. You don't. You don't. Well, you do. But if you sit on the sidelines for 2 years, the on-ramps are going to be a lot steeper. And your chances of getting blindsided by this stuff are going to be pretty significant. So this whole channel is about get off the fucking sidelines, jump in. All right, so I'm gonna share with you. Where's my? What happened here? Why are there so many? I've got so many versions of the same thing here. All right, all of this is extra. That was weird. Okay. So, this live is just kind of an extent. Oh, thank you very much. Who gave me that? Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. December 7th, we're having the 1-year anniversary of this community that I started. That we meet every other week. We meet in person here in Denver, and then we meet online as well. And we have a Discord. And if you go to the salon.ai, it will talk to you about the salon and our values and what we're about. And if you go to the Discord and you join the Discord, if those values resonate with you, and I'm going to go through them really quick, you should join. You should join, and you should come hang out here. Why? Because this stuff's coming. This stuff's here. It's coming faster than you know. And what I'm experiencing and what people in this community are experiencing is kind of this wild blossoming, but you have to kind of go through the gauntlet like any good adventure, right? You know, you team up with some people who you wouldn't normally team up with. And then you're like, well, I don't know how we get on the other side of this friggin' river. Well, I guess we're going to have to go on an adventure. And I'm good with words, and I'm good with magic spells, and I'm good. I can swing a sword. Woo! And you go do your thing. And it's hard, and it's scary, and it's exhilarating. And that's what we're in the middle of. And so the salon is about choosing to be on that adventure and doing that in a particular way with particular values. So one of the values that we really value is curiosity. Like, don't be cynical and like, well, it's not perfect. I don't give a shit. Like, get curious about it. What is it good at? What are other good things? What's better than that, right? Generosity. When you learn stuff, share stuff. It's one of the things that is happening organically here in this channel, and it's happening a lot over on the salon. It's what the salon's about. Exploration. Like, we want people that are adventurous and want to be exploring. We want people that are collaborative. So collaboration. We want people that are inclusive. Like, I don't give a shit if you have been doing ChatGPT for an hour or for 30 years. You know, you've been doing AI and machine learning for 30 years. I don't care. And I don't care if you're an accountant or an artist or whatever. Like, doesn't matter. Like, if you're trying to figure this shit out, great, come on in. And then the last one is empathy. This is scary, existential stuff for a lot of people. And a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are angry. Like, one of the things I've been hearing recently is, well, I keep talking about it. People are pissed off about this. Yeah, they're scared. And so having empathy for that, I think, is really important. So that's what the salon's all about. And so if that's something that sounds like, yeah, that sounds interesting to me, then come join us. We have guilds. We're a bunch of nerds, man. Come hang out, geek out with us. All right, let's see. I'm going to be winding this up. I'm a little tired, you people. You people exhaust me. Night after night, you're in here like, hey, I got a question. Could you tell me about the future of humanity? I'm like, good God, people. I just showed you ChatGPT.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Do me a favor also. I'm about 700 people from hitting 30,000 followers on this channel. If you're interested in this, if you appreciate this, or if you just don't give a shit about your TikTok, follow the channel and share it and do all that sort of stuff. Anything you can do to support the channel would be great. So join the salon, share the channel, follow the channel, do all that sort of stuff. Most importantly, get curious. Could you pin the tool list once again for late arrivals? What do you mean pin the tool list? Like show it? Sure. Oh, so I'm going to do this really quick. Get ready to do some screenshotting. Okay? Hang on. So I'm going to go through, I think I've got 7 of these slides. These are my picks for, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I don't give a shit if you go use any of these or not. This is Kyle's 2 cents. Like, I've been geeking out on this shit for 2 years. So I'm paying attention to it. This is the stuff that I think, these are the things that I think are important. And that, you know, some of this stuff you're not going to care about, but that's okay. I would screenshot all of this if I were you. Okay. The big 4, ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, and Bing. Claude, Amazon 3 weeks ago said they're going to invest $4 billion in that. And 2 days ago, Google said they're going to invest $2 billion in that. So they got $6 billion coming to them. ChatGPT got invested by Microsoft up to $10 billion. Bard is Google and Bing is Microsoft. So those are your big 4. They're not going anywhere. These things are going to get better and better and better and better and better. And they're fucking remarkable right now. ChatGPT's off the charts. Claude is a close second. Bard and Bing both suck in different ways, but they're not going anywhere and they're going to get much better. Okay. Pi, Perplexity, Llama 2, and Poe. Screenshot that. So I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Image creation. DALL-E 3, Midjourney, Leonardo, which is built on Stable Diffusion, and Firefly. If you work for a big company, the Adobe generative AI stuff's really good. If you're just a human being and you want really sexy art, that's Midjourney. If you just want to experience the magic of generating images in the context of a conversation, that's DALL-E 3. It's absolutely amazing. There's your video creation tools. The three on the left, Runway, Moon Valley, and Pika Labs, are all the text-to-video kind of generating video out of nothing kind of things. Visla stitches together stock video in a pretty interesting and creative way. And then HeyGen, that's that translation shit I showed you. But it's also synthesized voice and image animation. So is DID. 11 Labs does voice synthesis. Refusion and SoundDraw make music. Blockade Labs does text to 3D worlds. Wonder Dynamics will replace humans in a video with robots in a video. It's fucking remarkable. When I watch special effects people watch what Wonder Dynamics does, they lose their fucking minds. They're like, well, but the shadows aren't exactly tracking. Yeah, okay, well, we just uploaded a video file and it rotoscoped out a human and replaced it with a robot in like an hour. So yeah, sorry, it just performed a fucking miracle. Will trick-or-treaters interrupt Learning Lab tomorrow? Oh, probably yes. And then the last one is follow these people. If you want to get curious about this stuff, you got to start following people that are talking smartly about what's going on. Ethan Mullock, Wharton Business School professor, he is dissecting ChatGPT 4, how it works, how it's going to impact education, or how it's impacting education, how it's impacting business. Brilliant dude. David Shapiro working on AGI, fucking super genius. Paul Raitzer, Marketing AI Institute, and Rachel Woods are both kind of dealing with the reality of AI in business in really smart ways. All right? And then, subscribe to the channel, and you get access to, if you subscribe to the AI Learning Lab, you get instant access to the Irregulars channel, which is a private channel in the Salon Discord. And then we'll also prioritize your questions and things like that. So subscribing here makes a difference, but you don't have to. The Discord's free and all that sort of shit. But yeah, how's Kyle's hair tonight? It's not too bad. I don't know what the choices were. I'm not quite at Sears carpet salesman yet, but we're getting close. I'm due for a fucking haircut. Yeah, that's it. All right. That was a little bit of housekeeping, wasn't it? Good Lord, people. What are we going to do here? Do you have a list of resources you use? I just went through that. Hopefully you screenshotted that. Digital Gods, thank you very much for the Lamonade. Adventure, exactly. We're going on an adventure. All right. My head's itchy, people. Cavruno, thank you. You're welcome, Cavruno. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. All right, I think I'm going to go. I got to go. My voice is crispy. My ass is numb. It's time to do this. It's time to send you all packing. Go play with this stuff. Hopefully, good night. Thank you so much. Hopefully some of you had a Kevin McAllister moment or two tonight, one of these. And you won't be able to sleep tonight, and you're going to be geeking out on ChatGPT. Kind of sad we lost the yellow lab. Oh, we still have the yellow lab. Hang on. We can say goodnight with the yellow lab. It's a good point, Tobias. The yellow lab's very sweet. This is the AI Learning Lab. Get it? How cute is that? We like doggies here. Oh, yeah. Oh, my hair is really unfortunate. I haven't noticed my hair tonight. Good Lord. It's like a Pee-wee's Playhouse, Hawaii 5-0, Buster Poindexter. I got a fucking nightmare going on up there. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Need 3D printing. Need 3D printing the subscription card. I know, isn't that subscription card cool? I think Ted made us that. Anyway, all right. So let's do a little romper room. All right, everybody. Thank you for the education. Thank you, Ron, Emilio's wife. Great to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. Steve-O, as always, awesome. Motherly advice, Back to the Future, nice. Sherry D, thank you. Excited for your guild. Afro, thank you for being here. Ion China, that's nice. Silver Fox, thank you as always. Winston, good to see you. It's been a while. I love the lab. Thank you very much. Apple user, good to see you again. Thank you for being a subscriber. I appreciate that. Share Bear. Oh wow, who did that? Be Not Afraid. Be Not Afraid did the super cool pins things. I'm gonna work with Herod. We're gonna come up with some better custom stickers for subscribers because those are very cool. So I want to come up with like cool words and animals and things like that. We're gonna trick those things out. Becky Rue, thank you. All right, everybody, listen. Kyle, Elvis would be proud of your hair. Yeah, I don't know. This has got, there's something about Mary vibes to it tonight. So. On that tacky note, this is the AI Learning Lab signing out. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.